Hello. Good to see you.
Alright there, Revenants, welcome back to Code Vein in the Road to 100, and today we are in the Howling Pit, and what is the one thing you need all the time in the Howling Pit as you are slogging through the water? You need lots of stamina, or stamina recovery, or something of the like, since most of the time you're trying to run away, or you're trying to get a good position on the enemy. And since there are several bog predators through here as we go, the big purple lanky
Walk
fellas,
untouched by light.
it's really important that we have a lot of stamina to actually get away from folks. So here we are going to be running Harbinger, as this is still in the top 10 in the game for stamina. It is number 9 out of the top 10, and we are going to buff our fortitude here to an S, so that way we have a little bit higher stamina, but at the same time, most important, we get Serene stance. This is not like going to save the day for us by any means, but it will give us the chance to get a little bit further in our endeavors than we would normally be having access to. We're going to be having tirelessness, as this will help increase our stamina regeneration as well. And then we will have morale boost and valiant heart, as these two will play in tandem very nice with serene stance and tirelessness here. Now, since we have a weight limit of 100, then that gives us the ability to get right there almost to 100 here at 99.4, so our weight limit is almost capped. And if we go for the Juggernaut Sledgehammer in any form, and we go for the Thorn Veil here in a different flavor, then you can get right there to 100 if you are so desiring to do that with the Juggernaut Sledgehammer. Now, the reason we're doing uh, the reason we're doing the Queenslayer Greatsword here is because it is Crush. It has a very good moveset, and it also gets us right there to that normal mobility. So we will have Offensive Order as well, so hopefully we don't get hit very much. And then we will have Frost Weapon, because this is not a 20% increase here in the Howling Pit, but it is a 50% increase for the Bog Predators. So since they have the 30% weakness, we get 20% from the weapon buff, and then we get their 30% weakness. So this takes our damage here at 1522. Instantly we get another 761 added to our damage, so we're well up over 2300 or so for our straight up damage against the bog predators. So that will help us very much. And since we will have lower stamina requirements for dodging, and we will have faster stamina recovery and stamina on demand, while having an extra 50 added to our list here, we will have over 300 stamina almost all the time, and we will have ways to reduce it or restore it immediately. So let's go here and let's see how this goes. We'll just go for a couple of these things here real quick, and we should be able to like destroy everything that we come across pretty easily. And we can go for this, and you can see that increases, you know, that restores all of our stamina all at once. Whoops. Okay, good job, Eo. Okay, and you can see there that having stamina regen is very helpful. And you can see our impressive weapon swing area of effect there, kind of, that we have available to us. It sure does help quite a bit. Let's go for offensive order here, and then we will go for ice, so that way we can get some super damage here. Alright. Whoops. Okay, and we should be able to annihilate these guys pretty easily. As you can see here, they really don't pose too much of a threat to us. Let's go over here. I think there's another dude over here. There is. Okay. Okay, I can't roll over the thing here. And you can see that because our vitality is pretty high with our foul blood barrier there, we really don't take too much damage overall. So that is very nice that is even the case, because typically these guys hit for, you know, thousands of damage here at max difficulty. So if we can mitigate most of that, that's very good. So we are able to run and do everything. As you can see, our stamina bar regenerating there very, very quickly because of tirelessness. This kind of setup, this kind of idea of running for lots of stamina here in the Howling Pit, in the Swamps of Despair, then we are actually in a really good position to actually go for whatever kind of encounters we want to go for. The problem that we run into, right, is how much ichor recovery do we have, and you can always switch to the Devour version here for higher ichor recovery, and that will take care of all of your ichor needs and confusion. Now these guys are obviously a little bit more difficult than they should be for us, just because we're doing what is this, crush damage. We have our blood veil to do pierce damage, so that's very, very, very nice. As you see there, 5100, and these regular attacks do not do very well since he's reducing our damage by 25%, coupled with the fact that the first swing of the Queenslayer Greatsword is a 90% multiplier of our damage, so that's also pretty bad. So you can see that the ichor recovery is much, much, much better with this kind of setup here, going for the Devour version. It's that 50% increase to our ichor recovery is absolutely incredible, and it really, really helps to keep all of the requirements that we need to going. So as we get into this fella, okay, we'll knock him down and get him taken care of here, hopefully at as best we can. Okay, he's going to explode, so let's run. Good. Io probably dodge that because she's incredible at dodging that. Okay, he's gonna explode again. We gotta get away. Okay. Yeah, Io is. Oh, he's gonna explode. Wow, we dodged that somehow. Okay. Somehow we had a very, 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 very lucky super engagement with this fella. Very, very good. But you can see that because we were dodging around and everything, we were able to keep all of our stamina going basically at any point in time there. No problems at all. Oh, whoops. And there we ran out of stamina by a little bit. So let's get Serene stance and get our stamina back. Now, having that in combat versus the Executioner is going to be super helpful as we go along here, but having our faster stamina recovery as well is also very, very helpful, especially because we're constantly going for running in the water here. Okay, and now we have 307 stamina, which is very, very nice. So we should be able to bully this guy around enough, and having the increased damage from, or the increased damage reduction from Foul Blood Barrier with the increased damage that we're doing with Offensive Order is helpful with what we have running here. Okay. Okay, good job, Io. But we're actually doing pretty well here on point with our dodges and everything. Let's get some stamina, and we should be able to run now again. Okay, and now for the spike balls, since we have crush damage, we're going to do very, very well here versus them, which is really, really great. Okay, and this one is right here. We're going to wait for it to do something, because as soon as I do something, it's going to knock me off the edge. Good. Okay, and if we find the path here, we should be okay to not run through the muck and mire of the swamp here, which is very, very nice. And again, we'll just go ahead and reload our stamina here along the way, just because we can. It's not really super worth it, but it is nice that you don't have to stop and wait for your stamina to recover. Okay, let's get Frost Weapon, because extra super damage, and we should be okay here to go for these fellas, no problem. Yeah, and so you can see that if you are needing extra damage along the way here, just go for Frost Weapon in these areas, and everything will basically work itself out. No problem at all. Good, we'll get rid of that guy so he's not creeping up on us as we are going into the fight here. Let's get our stamina back.
Thanks.
Oops, wrong fella here. Oops. There we go. We get rid of him. And now, unfortunately, we don't have Frost Weapon, but that's completely fine. Good. And we'll just knock these guys off into the abyss. Since we're fortunate enough to know where they're at, we can actually go for that, which is fine. And we'll just go and bully this Stone Crusher here for no reason, just because it's fun to kill him. Okay. And we'll just keep going for the little bit of backstabs here. And you can see that we get that nice 20% increase in our backstab damage for our Blood Veil because of Offensive Order. So the trick of this is, you know, don't get hit, and everything will be perfect for you. But that's usually the challenge as you run through here is, you know, how do you just not get hit, right? It's easier said than done. And we'll have to make a day of it here with the Executioner as we get into the fight here with her. Now we don't have a heal for Io. We are counting on Io's ability to dodge and Foul Blood Barrier to be active for her to kind of take care of herself. And hopefully we don't have too many problems as we get into the fight here, because we are normal mobility. We do have some ability to close the distance gap with Tormenting Blast and everything that we got going on. We do have a bunch of stamina that we can go for, and we should be completely fine to do what we are going to do here. So now we have 357 stamina because of our stamina booster, which is very nice. Okay. And because we're running the Devour version, we're able to get a whole bunch of I-Core back here. Good. Okay, let's get some damage here. Okay, let's go for Serene Stance, get some stamina here. Oh boy, are we dead? Nope. Thank you, Io. Good job. Okay, let's go for Foul Blood. Okay, here we go. Very good. Okay, let's back off here. Let's go ahead and heal. At least one. Okay. Let's go for some ice damage here. Now Io should be fine because she's got Foul Blood going. Okay. Alright, now she's going to stagger again here very soon. Oh boy. And we are almost dead. Okay, let's get Foul Blood going. Okay, dodging. Okay, and okay, she's gonna spin, so we're gonna back up and just heal away here. Now, Io might be in some trouble here. Unless she can get out of there and get some... Oh, whoops. And get some exceptional value out here. Yeah, she might be dead here. Okay, never mind. Okay, we're gonna have to heal. Thank you, Io. It's very nice. Okay, now we do need to get in there and get some damage so we can get some I-Core back. Ouch, that is bad. That was a very fast attack. Oops. Okay, she's gonna spin, so back off time. Okay, let's get some, let's go for Foul Blood here. Help Io and myself out. Okay. Alright, good. Very nice. Whoops. Okay. Now let's get stamina here for you and myself. Okay, and this is it. Bingo. So yeah, lots of stamina to help us out there during the fight. Tirelessness is really putting in a lot of work to keep our stamina high. And Serene Stance was during the stagger phase because we actually have the time to stand there and cast that gift and use it at a very opportune moment to continue the damage increases. Now we did get hit there a few times and everything, and you can see that our damage was considerable. It was about 2,500 damage or so that she was doing during some of those hits, and that was a 50% decrease because of foul blood barrier. And so we should have been, you know, she can kill us in one hit if she wants to, with that 5,000 HP basically that she can do in one hit. And so that is why we have foul blood barrier along for that fight specifically, is to hopefully keep us alive the entire time. Okay, and we'll get Coco here, and then we'll buy her goods. But yeah, anytime you are going for the Howling Pit, going for a whole bunch of stamina is a very worthwhile thing to be doing because you're able to continue your onslaughts with whatever is happening in the background. And Harbinger, I know it's kind of like a whatever DLC code and everything, and it only comes with one gift, Desperate Burst, which is interesting in and of itself. But as an actual stamina code, it doesn't disappoint really, because of how you know, you're better. It's like basically a better Asclepius here in some regards, and you can see that it's a little bit. Let's turn off the passives here. It's a little bit on the same lines as Asclepius, but it's not as robust. It does change around some of the passives here, or you know, and stuff, and it doesn't have an S plus in both Vitality and Fortitude, but it still does give you, you know, some value here to work with, and it has a little bit less weight class. I mean, it's like a stubbed version of Asclepius in some ways, and it actually does pretty well overall in other regards, just because of the fact that you can push it to a point where you have an S fortitude, which means that you have access to a bunch of the stamina requirements that you're going to be having versus some of these very challenging fights where you're losing stamina very quickly. And the Howling Pit is no exception there, because of the fact that you are simply you know, always starved for stamina in all kinds of regards, because you are running and you are attacking and dodging and parrying and all kinds of different things, and that becomes a serious problem through the Howling Pit, because you're constantly trying to run and get away or dodge, and because you're always like slow mobility in a sense through the water, it really helps out to have a super increased amount of stamina, or at least some way to recover stamina quickly in all kinds of ways. So whether that be, you know, Serene Stance and you get it all back immediately, or through tirelessness, through getting it back faster than you normally would at an increased rate, or, you know, using something like morale boost, where it increases your stamina, but it also recharges a full stamina bar. So that would be the opportune time to use morale boost, is obviously during a time when your stamina is all the way out, because it increases it by 50 and restores the entire stamina bar. So that's the most opportune time to use it. But as you are all so too familiar with the Howling Pit, having ways to manage your stamina become infinitely important as you go through the entire setup there in that entire area.
Did this place push through the
Now that we're here in the White Cathedral, we blend in now very well. So anyways, tomorrow we'll be running through here, and we'll have another stamina mitigation ability set for you guys. And this is Harbinger, and this has been me, Revenant Owen, and thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.